What is going on YouTube? Examples here coming at you with a brand new video. Today we are once again jumping into the arena. If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I would thoroughly recommend going and watching that and then coming back to watching this episode here. And if you haven't seen the draft and you want to see the draft, that was 2 days ago, which is also up on my channel if you want to go and check that out. I will leave a link to the draft in the description down below as well. But nevertheless guys, I'm going to jump straight into it in this episode, so I'm going to roll up, find an opponent. I'll see you there. Okay guys, so we have now found ourselves an opponent and it looks like we're going up against a mage. I think we won against a mage last time around, so this should be hopefully not straightforward, but hopefully we should have the same outcome. So I'm going to get rid of the Warlord and the Kraken, keep Crackle and the Whirling Zap-O-Matic for now, and that Feral Spirit is actually a very nice card for us to have. So I'm probably going to pass first turn, Zap-O-Matic second turn, and then Feral Spirit third turn. That's probably what I'm going to do. And the Kraken comes back to our hand because he just wanted to be there. So nevertheless, actually I might go coin Feral Spirit and then Zap-O-Matic for my second turn here, just because it gives me obviously the two taunts. I don't know, okay, they're locked, so I only have one for next turn, which is fair enough, but I have obviously got the two taunts, so I've got a little bit of protection until my mana does come back, because obviously we're only going to have one mana next turn and they've managed to drop a secret down. So let's see what secret this is. So it's not Ice Barrier, it might be Ice Block, it might be Duplicate still. There's quite a few secrets obviously that could still be. So Forgotten Torch is landed on one of my taunts, which is understandable just to get it off the board. So here's a interesting predicament. Do we put the Wind Speaker out and put Wind Fury on this, or do we go Piloted Shredder? I'm just wary of what this secret is, because we could go Zap-O-Matic, but then they would have a Wind Fury minion themselves if it is Duplicate. I think it's Duplicate anyway, so let's go with Shredder, and it is Mirror Entity. That's what I was on about, not Duplicate, it's Mirror Entity. So they get a Piloted Shredder of their own, but I'm going to go face once again because obviously it's a taunt and we don't really want to be trading a taunt into the Shredder when we would prefer the Shredder to attack into us. So they play a Tomb Spider. Okay, that's interesting. It's not the greatest turn for them, but at the same time they get another card in hand, so they trade off the taunt with their Piloted Shredder. So I think we go with Forked Lightning into Wind Speaker, and then we give obviously our Piloted Shredder the, or do we go 3 to 6 damage and then go Whirling Zap-O-Matic and get rid of the 3/2 that's just landed on the board? I think we go with that. It's probably, yes, okay, we obviously end up locking ourselves out of 3 mana, but we'll have 3 mana anyway, so I'm hoping, I kind of meant to trade into the 3/1 there. Actually no, I didn't, I lie. But nevertheless, we wanted him to trade, not us to trade, and that's actually quite a good drop for us. I have a feeling that, yeah, I was about to say, they're either going to ping the taunt with Divine Shield or they're just going to ping their own sheep. So they pinged the sheep and that got rid of obviously our Zap-O-Matic, which isn't the greatest thing for us, but nevertheless, let's totem up for this turn, which gives us a healing totem. So we could, actually in fact we are going to trade, because then it gives the minion 2 health back. So next turn we're going to have full access to 7 mana. So there's quite a few plays we could go with. We could go with the Captured Jawmonger, or we could end up going with something more along the lines of Frostwolf Warlord. Not too sure what we're going to go with yet. Huge Toad, I was about to say Huge Beast because I wrote Beast at the bottom there. So we could theoretically go Toad, Frostwolf here, and that might be a good play actually. So let's go Frost, Huge Toad, then let's go with Frostwolf. So that's at a 7/7, and I'm just going to attack to the face. Yes, okay, they can ping their Acolyte, but at the same time they're going to get 3 draws probably off of this Acolyte anyway. So they trade into our 1/1, probably going to ping off the taunt possibly. That might be a play they go with here. or they might ping their Acolyte to get another draw. So they've silenced our Frostwolf, which is a good play on their part, goes down to a 4-4, but it's still a fairly, okay, it's not even on the board anymore, so I say it's still a fairly big minion, but nevertheless, they do end up getting rid of it. So, what do we do for this turn? Feral Spirit, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could go Feral Spirit and Windspeaker, and then put Windspeaker onto the Frog and attack twice to face, because they still got to get through 2 taunts. I think that's the play we're going to go with here. I'll put this on the other side of that, give this Wind Fury, and then attack to face twice, 1 and 2. The only reason I'm not attacking into like the Acolyte or the Owl there is because obviously we've got the 2 taunt minions on the board, so they're going to have to go through the taunt minions. So in a way we're protected and in a way we're not, and I hope that's not something like Ice Block or Ice Barrier, but they get a 3-4 Spider Tank on the board for their troubles. So what have we got here? We've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're just off of lethal, plus we can't play our Kraken because of the overload, but we can play our Shattered Sun Cleric. And I think we put Shattered Sun Cleric onto the Toad and just hope they haven't got something along the lines of Ice Barrier or Ice Block. So let's see what they do end up having. So they have Mirror Entity once again. So I don't actually know whether this is lethal or not. We'll soon find out. I can't be asked to really... Oh, it is lethal. There we go. So we have another victory under our belt, which was fairly straightforward actually, because we only lost one health in the whole of that game, which is quite surprising against a mage. But nevertheless, we do end up getting a victory there. Plus, we finish off our quest, or our... Is it our quest? I don't know what it's called. But we finished that off anyway. So that's another win under our belt. So we are now 2-1 in this particular draft. In the future, I will try and get myself, or try and edit some like game counters either at the end of the game or whilst we're playing in the next game, just so you guys can keep along with current score. But we're currently tied with my best ever arena run wins, which is obviously 2. If you guys didn't know, I'm not the greatest at arena, so I'm hoping that we can continue with our good performance so far and hopefully get a few more wins under our belt with this deck. So guys, I'm going to get into another game. I'll roll up and I'll see you in that game. Okay guys, so we found ourselves another opponent, and it looks like we're up against a Paladin this time around. So this curve's actually fairly good. The only card I'm probably... Actually, I might keep the Youthful Brewmaster. This hand's actually a decent hand for me. So I could coin Youthful and then play Bone Guard on the next turn. I think that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to keep that hand right there. It's a nice little curve because we can go 2, 3, 4. Or we can even go 1, 2, 3, 4 as well, which is quite nice. So let's put Greetings to this guy. So we draw into our second piloted Shredder there. So we have 3 in the deck, if you guys didn't realise. So I'm actually going to go with that and Youthful Brewmaster. The only reason I'm going to go with Youthful Brewmaster now is because I don't really want to send anything back to my hand. And at the same time, it gives us a minion on the board that he has to deal with, which unfortunately he can't actually deal with this early on in the game. So let's go with our Bone Guard Lieutenant as our next card, and then attack to face with the Panda. So I don't think I've played a Paladin so far in this series. I think I went Druid, Mage. Actually no, Warlock, Druid, Mage even. So we didn't actually play a Mage at all, which was quite interesting. Because I said in the last game that we did play a Mage, so I was completely and utterly wrong. So what do I do here? Do I go Totem to inspire gain health, or do I stay on curve with the Spider Tank? I think I'm going to stay on curve with this Spider Tank and then just attack 6 damage to the face, because it gives us a little bit of advantage in health. And with a Paladin, like up against a Paladin, I really think that we do need to try and get as much damage in as quickly as possible, just because of the stuff that they can do to us, which is obviously drops stuff like the True Silver Champion, which gets rid of our Spider Tank, and then who gets rid of our Youthful Brewmaster there as well. So Forked Lightning here, I don't know if that's a good play because we can't do anything apart from Totem up, but at the same time I think it's a bit of a waste to play that on 2 spiders, if I'm perfectly honest. He's got a 4 attack True Silver Champion, so we could go Piloted Shredder, or we could go with the Mini Mage, The only problem with the mini mage is if he has something like consecration, it still gets hit. Whereas Piloted Shredder, if it gets hit, we still get another 2 drop. So let's go with the Piloted Shredder, and once again hit to the face for 3 damage. So at the moment we have a fairly good start to this game, but we kind of need to keep this going. Our curve has been fairly good. We obviously have Frostwolf Warlord if we still have 2 minions on the board next turn, which would be quite nice. But I have a strong feeling, I was about to say I have a strong feeling they're probably going to trade into what we have on board, with obviously the Spiders and also the True Silver Champion. Because obviously the True Silver Champion can get rid of our Inspire, or it can get rid of our 2/3, and then I guess he might attack to face. Yeah, I thought he was going to attack to face. Makes a bit more sense. So we've drawn into our final Piloted Shredder here. So I'm actually going to use Forked Lightning this turn and hope it hits the 4/1, which it does, which is actually very, very good for us. And let's put out the Piloted Shredder next turn as well. So I'm trying to think. We've still got a drop for either Pilot Shredder or the Mini Mage for next turn, which is actually really, really good for us because it allows us to stay on curve. It allows us to keep playing full mana, if that makes sense, because we don't actually waste any mana at all. So that is a reasonably good trade, I guess you could say. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but he's taken off the Inspire because he doesn't want it to gain any health, which is understandable. And he still has a Taunt on board. We can't play this. I would have preferred to play this, deal 3 damage to the Taunt and go to face right now, but unfortunately we can't do that. So I'm tempted to go Mini Mage, but I'm going to put my third even Piloted Shredder onto the board and get rid of his Taunt that way around. Because what I believe is going to happen now is he's going to put Shielded Minibot into the 4/2 Piloted Shredder and see what it drops. So it gives us a Spider, which again allows us to maintain some board control. And he uses his Frost, Frost Elemental. I was about to say Frost Giant, but it's not a Frost Giant at all. So what do we do here? Do we go 5, 6? Do we go Frost Wolf after we totem up? I think we do. I think that's the play that I want to go with right now. And it's a Taunt, so that's quite nice. Or do we go Tusker Totematic? No, we go Frost Wolf. We go Frost Wolf Warlord, I think. I'm actually going to attack face here because there's no point in trading the Spider, in my personal opinion, just to gain 2 more Spiders with 1/1. So I'm actually going to end up doing that. And he's changed the Frost Wolf Warlord to a 1 attack minion, which is fairly annoying. But at the same time, we can't really do too much about that. So what is this going to land us? A 1/2. So we've got 3 1-attack minions on the board, which isn't what we wanted. And we win that particular joust. So that's fairly good as well. So right here, what does this do? I don't have any mechs on the board. So we could put Power Mace out, but that leaves us with 5 mana. So we can't use the Fire Elemental. I kind of want to use the Fire Elemental into the 5/5 here, and then trade off the 5/5 with the 1/7 and the 1/2. So that's what I'm going to do here. The only reason I'm trading into that is because I can get rid of the Frost Elemental by literally just attacking into its face like so, and we drop a spell damage totem there, so we don't really, it's not really the greatest totem to drop right now for us, but we still have the Fire Elemental out on board, which he's dealt 2 damage to, so he's probably going to trade that off. And what's he going to do here? So he's traded off that as well. Okay, so that's fair enough. We could still technically keep on curve. Okay, I'm going to use Crackle into this because I don't want that. See, okay, it kills it. Excellent stuff. So let's go Power Mace. Let's go Tusker Totematic, which gives us, what the hell does this do? At the end of turn, restore 4 health to your hero. Excellent. So we can trade into this. And also we can trade into the Shielded Minibot and attack for 1 damage, which should have been 7 to the face there. So far this has been a more difficult game than the Mage that we've just played, but we're still playing fairly well, I want to say. We have some decent minions on the board, and he's just managed to obviously equal +1 minions on the board, so he's got a bit more board control right now. But I want to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go Mini Mage into Venture Co. That's the better way around doing so, because obviously otherwise our Mini Mage would have cost us more, which we didn't want to happen. So what do I trade into here, or do I just go to face? I think I trade that into that, and then there's nothing I can trade initially, plus it dies straight away, so I'm just going to attack to face here and just see what happens next turn, because we have obviously the healing totem, we've got a stealthed up minion which could potentially give us game, and we've obviously got a 7/6, so it all just depends on what he plays from his hand. This is going to change his attack to 1, isn't it? Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. 4, 5, we're 1 off of lethal right now, and he's going, yeah, I was about to say, he's going to hero power here, and I'm guessing he's going to trade. Okay, he's going to trade into that. That's interesting. Okay, so Wind Fury right here. Give me a 1/1. Damn it, that's not what I wanted to happen. Let's drop this down as well. So hit that there, end our turn, and let's just see what happens. He's probably going to trade off my board right here, so I might have to end up praying and hoping on the totem that we do end up getting. But I knew for a fact he'd be trading off my board there. He's on 1 health, so I'm absolutely praying to God that we get the 1/1 totem, because we haven't got anything with charge. That's not what we wanted. Give me 1/1. That's not what we wanted either. This is going to be slightly annoying if we end up losing this particular game. It's going to be very annoying if we end up losing this game, actually. Okay, because I'm literally hoping that we get a 1/1 from our totems before obviously we end up dying, because that would be something that I'm not going to be very happy with if we end up dying just because we can't get a 1/1 and we've got him down to 1 health. This is something that's really frustrating me right now, because he is gaining on me very quickly, and he's got a bigger board than I have. He hasn't got any taunts at all, and it gives us a 0/2, so that is unfortunately game to him. We were so close in winning that particular game. We just couldn't get the right totem on the board, which is slightly annoying, I guess. We could have finished the game. There might have been somewhere along the line where we could have finished the game a little bit quicker. I might have misplayed, I don't know. But unfortunately we do end up going 1-1 once again in this episode. So if you did enjoy this particular video, guys, please leave a like, rating and subscribe to the channel. Links in the description down below will be to my Twitch, my Twitter, my sponsors Nifty Customs, the organisation I play under, and also my teammate. Any constructive criticism or feedback, just leave it in the comment section down below. I'll read through it and implement it into my future videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.